to another episode of Vet in a Van. It's going to be a quick one this week, I think, because we've come up to Broome and we've just been organising stuff. So a lot of checking out of Broome, nothing like crazy exciting, but we're just getting ourselves organised for the next leg, which is most likely up through Cape Leveque, Dampier Peninsula, and then a month or so, probably 4 or 5 weeks on the Gib, we think. But yeah, this week we're at the gateway to Broome Caravan Park. We're doing washing, we're doing maintenance, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, Broome. Nice bob, bro. And here we are again, another place, Barn Hill Station. So we arrived a little while back. Cruisy little place. Basically, we've just gone for one of the unpowered sites out the back. So you kind of just come out the back here and pick a spot. It's sort of, there's some allocated spots along one side, but where we've come like right out the back, you just sort of drive in and find a bit that you fit in and away you go. So yeah, we're away from everyone, which is good. It's a bit windy today, but hopefully it'll get a bit better tomorrow. But yeah, we're going to spend the next 3 days here before we go into the madness of Broome, where I think just about everyone is. And yeah, we're just going to explore Barn Hill Station. Palmer's for dinner tonight. Yum. Alrighty, Barn Hill Station. We've been here now for 2 nights. Cool little spot. Apparently it's the, what'd you say? The best pizza in the Kimberley. Best remote. There you go. Tunton say it. Best remote Italian.
Australia.
Australia.
Big call.
Big call. We missed pizza night, so I'm not going to be able to give you an honest opinion on that one. How much is it costing us per night here? I think it's about 40 bucks. It's about 40 bucks, and so that's no power, no water, but there's like a million. We're only about an hour out of Broome, and there is like, it's just packed. There's so many people up here at the moment. It's just
Tai Chi
mental.
every morning on the deck.
Tai Chi every morning on the deck. Yeah, we definitely have been doing that. Got no video footage to prove it, but let's just say we've been doing Tai Chi and yoga every morning. Anyway, so we've done very little over the last couple of days, so it's the morning, we're going to get out, we're going to do stuff, we're going to explore this area. There's a place probably 20 or 30 k's down the road. We're going to go check out some cliffs and some beaches and hopefully do some fishing, hopefully catch some fish, because the last couple of times we've been fishing has, well, 80 Mile let us down a little bit, which is, you know, one of those things. But anyway, yeah, Barn Hill Station, cool little spot on the way up towards Broome. Going to go do a bit of exploring, and yeah, let's explore. Just below Barn Hill Station, probably about half an hour drive, you reckon? About half an hour drive, I think. It's about 20 or 30 k's is, oh, sorry though, Portsmouth Caravan Park, yeah? Portsmouth Caravan Park, which is actually a cool little place because we've just come down here to check it out. But the good thing about it is it's on Indigenous land, and there's all these like really cool tracks around the area, just to check out some of the lagoons and cliffs and whatnot. So we've just been exploring. Where do we get to? Where are we at now? Something cliffs.
Saddle Hill.
Saddle Hill Cliff. So yeah, we're just going to keep on exploring the area, but it's really, really cool, and you know, it's a bit off the beaten track too. So we haven't really seen a lot of people exploring around here, as opposed to the chaos around Broome. So yeah, keep exploring. one thing I love doing is just, one thing we love doing is just exploring. I think I've said it before in other videos, it's just not having a real destination, just jumping in the car, picking some random spots and just seeing where you get to. Have a look at this. It's a sheltered little bay. This is Gordon Bay, yeah? Gordon Bay. You need a permit to get in here from the Indigenous owners, but you can either ring the centre, or you can check in at the Caravan Park to find out where you can and where you can't go. But look at this for magic. Oh man. So we're going to try and catch dinner. Hopefully there's some fish down there, eh? Unlucky day. So how many fish did we catch?
3.
How many fish came out of the water?
None.
So I caught the first one, a really good size golden trevally, and my reel was spooling it, and then I tightened my spool and it was still spooling, and I realised my line was turning on the reel, and so I'm gonna have to redo that. So that was one, and then I borrowed Tanya's rod, and Tanya took Charlie's rod, which is like a $20 Kmart rod, and then Tanya got onto another decent sized GT. Charlie's spool was pretty much off. It took off. Tanya's trying to bring it in. Went to try and tighten the spool, but the cheap Kmart rod just didn't want a bar of it. It got off. It got off. And then I think the third one was on mine again as well, which was just poor rod management. So we'll call that just, that wasn't necessarily unlucky. That was just my bad fishing skills. So I think we might have to come back here. And a big shark came and bit me off. It was literally not even a pull. It was just like bite, gone. And we saw a shark probably the size of me, about 1 metre in, and probably a foot of water. So the boys aren't swimming, needless to say. Anyway, we're going to tuck our tail between our legs, head home and try and think about what's for dinner, because it's not going to be fresh fish. So that's it for Barn Hill Station. I don't think we actually got like hardly any footage, so it's a great little spot. Yeah, there's lots of people around, and so yeah, we just did a bit of exploring, but that was pretty much it. So now, where are we going? Gateway. So yeah, I got Gateway Caravan Park. It's the caravan park just outside of Broome, because Broome is just shockers at the moment, like a million people. So we've got to go into Broome because I've got to get the car serviced and do a whole bunch of stuff before we, I think, maybe hit the Gib. We'll see how we go. But yeah, so we're going to spend a couple of nights just outside of Broome, stock up, get everything we need done, etc. Yeah, so we'll see you there. We're heading into Broome.
West on Broome Road towards Roebuck Plains Road.
That's exactly right. We are heading into Broome. Now, for those of you who are travelling at the moment up and around this area, car services are like rare as hen's teeth. So we finally got the car booked into Broome. So we're going to get the service before we hit the Gib. And that means that they're going to have the car from 9 o'clock till 3 o'clock. So today is going to be, the whole family, a walking tour of Broome. So we haven't even looked on Wiki yet to see what things we actually want to go to. I've got a couple, but we've got to drive to those. We've got to drive to those. So anyway, so hopefully the kids are going to last, because we're going to be, Broome on foot today. So here we go. So anyway, we're now 5 hours into our walking trip around Broome. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We started at 9 o'clock this morning when we dropped the car off at Toyota. Come on, Toby. And I think we're spent. So it's hot as hell. We've decided we're going to go back into the Toyota waiting room, and they've got some toys there. And we've got a few phone calls to make, but we figure if we let the kids make or have their way with the toy section, then they might speed up the service just to get us the hell out of there.
And there's free coffee.
And there's free coffee. So yeah, look, the glamorous travelling life continues. We did go to the brewery though, so that took the edge off.
Matzo's.
It's
Not
pretty
bad.
good. Yeah, hard lemon.
Hard lemon is
It's
good.
like a lemonade that's 4.6% and it's bloody lethal. Anyway, back to Toyota. Check out the new wheels, eh? So yeah, poor Toby was in tears last night because we had to leave Benny's our car at Toyota, and we've been given a go-kart, which has been a bit awkward to drive, to be fair. It's a little Kia Cerato, and I feel like I should be Fred Flintstone because my feet are like touching the ground, and it's very odd going from a car that is very high to something that sits like underneath everyone. But anyway,
I get a big seatbelt.
and yeah, we can only get 2 car seats in, so Elo's in the middle, but he's old enough because he's 9 now, so that's all good. But no, they were repacking the rear bearings as part of the major service, and they took the rear axle out wrong because it's a core converter, so it's a J-Max diff on the back, and they locked the hubs when they shouldn't have locked the hubs. They should have been unlocked, and it dropped a pin into the diff, which is unretrievable unless you pull the diff to bits. So poor Benny is now still at Broome Toyota having his diff pulled to bits. So hopefully we'll be able to pick it up today, but we've got the old Kia, which we're going to treat with love and respect, and we're going to head out to what was that? Do you remember what that place was called?
Gantheaume Point.
Gantheaume Point, I think it is. Which has got some dinosaur footprints, and yeah, hopefully we'll have the car back by then. But if not, we're going to head over to feel the raw power.
Oh God.
Continue for 27 kilometres.
It's a go-kart. To the Malcolm Douglas Crocodile Farm. That's the plan for today, but who knows what's going to happen. So anyway, Broome,
We're going to get
let's
85
explore.
kilometers.
So here we see a very ancient footprint from one of the great dinosaurs of the past. I believe it was the 135 million years ago, the mighty and magnificent Marcosaurus. Look at that, eh? It's the exact footprint of the mighty Marcosaurus. One of my great ancestors. Tell you what, we haven't had much luck with dinosaur footprints, but the scenery is unbelievable. Just these rocks of like 135 million years of history, layer upon layer, that's just slowly, ever so slowly, just falling into the ocean. It's the colours and the lines, it's, yeah, really stunning. Close to Broome too, so really easy to check out. Very, very pretty. Hopefully a good indication of what Cape Levicque's going to be like. Just around the corner from Gantheaume Point, where the lighthouse is Riddell Beach. Riddell Beach, and it is just beautiful. It's a good little spot if you want to come to a place that is a bit quieter around Broome. Lovely beach, obviously, you know, crocs and jellyfish and all kinds of stuff that'll kill you. But I mean, get a load of this. Apparently there's dinosaur footprints, but we haven't found any yet. We've been wandering along these rocks aimlessly looking for something that looks like a dinosaur footprint. We've probably found a dozen of them that look like dinosaur footprints, but we just, you don't know for sure whether they are or they aren't. But it's pretty beautiful. Just that red rock, and then all this mudstone down into a glass off ocean. Can't complain. Another day in the Kimberley. How cool are these things? Just on the Riddell Beach here, you've got these 3 just bits of rock that just decided they didn't want to erode like everyone else. And so it's very strange. Obviously covered in etched out graffiti. But this beautiful rock is just sort of sitting in here in the middle of nowhere. Just probably showing maybe 50 million years at a guess of sedimentary deposits in history. And a whole lot of graffiti. But still, just random things you come across on a beautiful day in Broome. So the famous Cable Beach in Broome. There are a million people here. There are some camels, I'll give it that. There are definitely some camels. But this beach is probably, I would say, almost identical to the beach that we were at in the last episode at Cape Croydon, with the only difference being that this beach has a bunch of camels that will cost us over $100 if you want to go K up the beach and back when they're, well, you know, everyone loves an experience. But we're probably not going to fork out that coin. And there's obviously hundreds of vehicles along this beach, so it's interesting. I think everyone has a peg at when they think the tide's going to be, because the tide is currently, it's 3:30, and so the tide is at its lowest. And so you've got all these people setting their cars up probably to watch sunset, wondering when the tide is, where the tide's actually going to get to, and trying to set up accordingly. So we reckon it's going to be about here, but who knows, otherwise we'll have to move the car, eh? But anyway, Cable Beach. Tanya and I have been together 20 years as of today. So we bought some champers and we've got our little mat out, so we are going to sit here on Cable Beach and we're going to drink a bottle of champagne and we're going to watch the sunset with a million other people. But that's okay, because that's Broome and that's how we roll. Well, that's how Broome rolls.